Okay, guys, so I finished this book. This is Mad Honey by Jodi Picoult, and it is also co-written by Jennifer Finney Boylan. Now, this is the first time I've ever read anything from either one of these authors, and let me tell you, I'm so glad that I did. 100% of the reason why I read this book is because of Erin, who I'm going to tag up here. She did a book review on this book, and it sold me. So when I got a gift card to Barnes & Noble, this was the very first book that I chose to purchase. Now, I'm not going to give you any spoilers because you guys know I don't do that to you. But I am going to dive in just a little bit to tell you about the story. So this is a tragic love story about Asher and Lily. They are both high schoolers, teenagers, and they fall very deeply in love. So some things happen, as things do in books. There's also a mom in here, Asher's mom, actually. She is a beekeeper on her parents' old farm. And the book gives you a ton of information and education on bees and how they live and just how they do everything and make their honey. I know a lot of people didn't enjoy that part of the book. But what I found fascinating about it, if you really, really pay attention, throughout the book, when it gives you the information on the bees, it directly ties into what's happening in the book currently. And I loved that. So I didn't find it boring at all. In this book, there is something that happens that is 100% the biggest shock I have ever had in the history of ever in a book. On page 204, and it's the very last word on the page. And as I told Boswell, I was so beyond shocked by what happened and what was said that my jaw not only fell off, it flew across the room. Like, the shock was so incredible. And I did not in any way see it coming. I didn't even know it was an option. So it fascinated me. Completely blew my mind. Now, again, some things happen in this book. And as Erin said in her review of this book, this is by far the most important book that I have read in 2024. The information that is given in this book, not about bees, but about something else, is so well done and just important. I don't know how else to say it. I don't want to give anything away, but this book needs to be read. It absolutely should just be a mandatory read from everyone. Now, I know there's people out there that are not going to be able to handle it, and a lot of things happen in this book. So there are going to be a ton of triggers. I would definitely say check your trigger warnings before diving in, because you should always do that with a book. But I would also say that if you are going to read this book, go in as blind as you possibly can. Otherwise, it might take away the effect of the book for you. And that was part of what I loved, was just being completely shocked by what happened. I loved this book so much that after I finished, I went on to bookoutlet.com and I ordered every single Jodi Picoult book that they had on there. So I'm hooked, and I am a fan for life. She is a fantastic art author. Now, like I said, she did co-write this with Jennifer Finney Boylan. I have never read any of Jennifer's books either, but I am definitely going to research her and see if I can find some more books from her as well. But do I recommend this? Abso-freaking-lutely. This is 100% hands down a 5-star read for me. I loved this book. I loved every single thing about it from cover to cover. There was not a single thing that I would change in this book. It was as perfect of a book as you can possibly get. So yeah, I loved it, guys. Mad Honey. So I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. And as always, keep smiling, guys.